A professor's final breath chokes in a garage's toxic shroud, his body crumpled in a 2018 Mercedes-Benz, a sinister secret etched in his flesh. Jeremy Moore, a beacon of Bozeman's faith, lies lifeless, Ambien, unprescribed, coursing through his veins. His wife, Renee Moore, sobs on a 911 call, yet 7 hours later, she sways in a saffron-yellow jumpsuit, toasting his spirit amid a backyard bacchanal. This jarring pivot from anguish to ecstasy sparks a murder mystery as betrayal festers. Why did Renee demand a $650,000 insurance payout before Jeremy's body cooled? What horrors hide in her TikTok veneer of love? The autopsy unveils a ghastly truth. Jeremy's stomach holds his own pulverized tooth, ground to dust and forced down his throat, a macabre rite signaling an unseen accomplice. This true crime saga of conspiracy and secrets grips Bozeman, shredding a 12-year marriage woven with lies. As challenged justice, for Jeremy echoes the 7-hour gap between death and dance taunts, a blood-curdling void promising revelations too grotesque to bear, ensnaring you in a labyrinth of deception where every truth is a wound. Life snuffs out of a professor in a suffocating veil of exhaust, his body slumped in the driver's seat of a 2018 Mercedes-Benz, the engine's deadly hum now a silent accusation. Jeremy Moore, a senior lecturer at Montana State University and a pillar of Bozeman's community fellowship, lies lifeless in his garage, his phone unlocked on his lap, a faint sheen of sweat on his brow. His wife, Renee Moore, dials 911, her voice cracking with panic, claiming she found him after a morning walk. First responders from the Bozeman Fire Department swarm the scene, their boots echoing on the concrete. The garage is pristine, tools aligned, bicycles racked, but the air chokes with carbon monoxide's invisible grip. Paramedics pronounce Jeremy dead at 10:02 a.m., his body untouched by violence, yet a trace of Ambien, a sedative he never prescribed, courses through his veins. This true crime saga begins, a murder mystery seeded with betrayal. Detective Jackson Creed, leading the Bozeman police, surveys the scene. The Mercedes-Benz's gas tank is bone dry, suggesting the engine ran for hours in the sealed space. No signs of struggle mar the car's leather interior, but Jeremy's rigid fingers clutch a pen, as if poised to write a final truth. Renee, a real estate developer and TikTok influencer, stands outside, clutching her phone, her eyes darting. Officers note her distress, panting, trembling, but her coherence unnerves them. She was too calm beneath the tears, one later recalls. The couple, married 12 years, were Bozeman's golden pair, their smiles lighting up church events and Renee's happy living videos. Yet the Ambien anomaly gnaws at Creed. Jeremy's medical records show no such prescription, and Renee's claim of ignorance feels rehearsed. Neighbors, roused by sirens, gather on the quiet street. Taryn Quill, living next door, tells police she saw Renee pacing the driveway at dawn, her slippers scuffing the frost, appearing frantic. Quillen Morse, across the street, recalls Jeremy fetching the newspaper hours earlier, his wave cheerful. Environmental readings confirm lethal carbon monoxide levels, and forensic techs collect air samples and swab the car's surfaces. Renee's 2015 Toyota Camry, parked outside, yields nothing unusual. The coroner's van departs with Jeremy's body for a Montana State Crime Lab autopsy, preliminary findings pointing to carbon monoxide poisoning, pending toxicology. Authorities lean toward suicide but keep the case open, a conspiracy's shadow looming. As officers tape off the garage, Renee's actions take a chilling turn. By noon, she's on the phone with Pinnacle Life Insurance, inquiring about a $650,000 payout, her tone clipped, businesslike. Detective Kaylin Voss, reviewing body camera footage, notes Renee's pacing in the living room, muttering, "This can't be real." Yet her TikTok post hours later, a black and white photo of Jeremy on their porch, captioned, "My anchor in life's storms," feels staged. The community, still reeling, whispers of Renee's swift shift from anguish to calculation. Bozeman Community Fellowship members, expecting grief, are blindsided by her next move, a grotesque pivot that will redefine this true crime nightmare, pulling viewers into a vortex of secrets too dark to unravel. Jeremy and Renee Moore were Bozeman's epitome of virtue, their 12-year marriage a beacon of devotion that dazzled the community. Jeremy, a senior lecturer in physics at Montana State University, inspired students with his quiet brilliance, his PhD from the same institution a testament to his dedication. Renee, a real estate developer at Happy Living Consult, doubled as a TikTok influencer, her Happy Living brand amassing thousands with wellness tips and minimalist charm. Their home, a cozy haven of framed photos and crosses, hosted Bozeman Community Fellowship potlucks, their laughter echoing through pews. Renee's TikTok videos, like one captioned, "My anchor in life's storms," painted a love unshakable. Yet, beneath this polished veneer, a true crime conspiracy festered, its roots deep in betrayal and secrets, ready to erupt in a murder mystery. The congregation saw only harmony. Jeremy was our guide, a deacon recalls, voice thick. Renee's charity drives and warm hugs earned adoration. Her TikTok posts a window into bliss. But fractures pierced the facade. Jeremy lingered late at university labs, his eyes shadowed. Renee's smiles, though radiant, faltered when alone, her gaze distant. Colleagues at Montana State University sensed strain. Soren Vale, a fellow lecturer, recalls Jeremy's confession. "She's drifted so far, I'm just a roommate now." Church friend Leora Zane heard similar despair, Jeremy admitting in counseling, "She was half gone emotionally." The Mourns Unity, a performance for Sunday services, masked a marriage unraveling, its threads pulled by unseen hands. Investigators probing the garage death uncovered financial clues. Renee had siphoned $16,200 into a secret bank account, transfers starting months before, a silent declaration of independence. Text messages between the couple, retrieved from Jeremy's phone, were cold, limited to bills and schedules. No warmth, just logistics, Detective Jackson Creed notes. Renee's TikTok, however, spun a different tale, her videos of candlelit dinners clashing with Jeremy's quiet suffering. Bozeman's community, still mourning, grappled with the dissonance. "Renee was our light," a member sobs, faith shaken. The church, once a sanctuary, felt tainted, its walls whispering of a wrongful death yet to be named. The investigation's early findings, the Ambien, the empty gas tank, pointed to a calculated act, but Renee's next move would shatter Bozeman's trust. Her poised grief, captured on body camera, was a mask, and the celebration she planned would unveil a horror too grotesque to ignore. The Mourns facade, meticulously crafted, was crumbling, each crack revealing a conspiracy that gripped Bozeman with dread, pulling viewers deeper into a labyrinth of lies where the truth waited, sharp and unforgiving. A festive pulse erupts in the wake of tragedy as Renee Moore, draped in a vibrant saffron-yellow jumpsuit, transforms her Bozeman backyard into a stage for a macabre revelry. Mere hours after Jeremy Moore's lifeless body is carted from their garage, Renee hosts a celebration of life, her TikTok videos capturing a scene that chills the soul. Fairy lights twinkle, a vinyl banner proclaims, "In memory of Jeremy, the spirit endures," and Earth, Wind, and Fire blares through speakers. Renee, barefoot, raises a mimosa, toasting, "He'd want us to shine, not shatter." Her words a haunting echo on social media. This true crime spectacle, a grotesque pivot from grief, ignites a murder mystery as Bozeman reels from the betrayal of its cherished couple. 40 guests, expecting a somber repast, arrive to a buffet of soul food from a local caterer, DJ Zane Quill spinning tracks. Vesper Lorne, a family friend, recoils, later telling police, "It was a block party, not a memorial." Neighbor Taryn Quill, who saw Renee's morning despair, slips away, her stomach churning at the dissonance. "It was too loud, too soon," she confides to Detective Jackson Creed. Renee dances on the grass, her saffron jumpsuit a blazing contrast to the mourning expected of a widow married 12 years. Her TikTok stories, captioned "Grief Can Glow," show her laughing, urging guests to join her, a performance that jars the Bozeman Community Fellowship members present. Investigators, alerted by neighbor Elton Bryce's unease, document the event's surreal timeline. By noon, Renee had contacted Pinnacle Life Insurance, probing a $650,000 payout with a steely calm that unsettles adjuster Gideon Holt. Her call to a funeral home requesting direct cremation pricing adds another layer of suspicion. "She didn't ask about a service, just speed," the director notes. Detective Kaylin Voss, reviewing Renee's phone, uncovers a group text sent at 2 p.m., rallying friends to honor Jeremy's light tonight. The rapid orchestration, catering ordered, lights strung, feels calculated, a conspiracy's threads tightening around Renee's poised facade. Bozeman's community, still grappling with Jeremy's death, fractures under the weight of Renee's actions. Churchgoers who revered the Mours whisper of a wrongful death masked by celebration. "She was our beacon," a congregant mourns, voice hollow. The festive veneer, broadcast to thousands via TikTok, cloaks a darker truth, one that investigators sense but cannot yet grasp. Renee's grief, captured on body camera hours earlier, now seems a rehearsed act, her dance a defiance of mourning's norms. The true crime saga surges, each toast and song a clue to a secret yet to be unearthed, drawing viewers into a vortex of dread and fascination. Suspicion coils like a noose around Renee Moore as Bozeman's trust in her unravels, the echoes of her backyard revelry fueling a true crime inferno. Detective Jackson Creed and Kaylin Voss scour the neighborhood, their notepads filling with accounts that paint a fractured portrait of the Moores' 12-year marriage. Neighbor Quillen Morse recalls Jeremy retrieving the newspaper at dawn, his smile untroubled, hours before his garage demise. Taryn Quill, shaken, describes Renee's frantic pacing at sunrise, her slippers scuffing the driveway, a stark contrast to her later dance in a saffron-yellow jumpsuit. "It didn't add up," Quill tells police, her words a spark in the growing murder mystery. Bozeman Community Fellowship members, once the Moores' staunchest allies, offer damning insights. Deacon Torrin Gale, who prayed with Renee that morning, declined the celebration, his voice tight. It felt like a mockery of grief. Vesper Lorne, still haunted by the festive buffet, confides to Voss, "She turned his death into a spectacle." Investigators unearth financial fissures. Renee's secret bank account, swollen with $16,200 siphoned from joint funds, signals a quiet exodus from their marriage. Jeremy's texts, retrieved from his phone, are barren of affection, mere logistics about bills and errands, a silent scream of estrangement. The Ambien trace in Jeremy's blood, unlinked to any prescription, gnaws at Creed. "No doctor, no pharmacy," he mutters, eyeing Renee's claim of ignorance with skepticism. Jeremy's colleague, Soren Vale, reveals his despair. "She was half gone emotionally," he told Vale during a late-night lab session. Church friend Leora Zane echoes this, recalling Jeremy's counseling confessions of Renee's detachment. The Moores' public devotion, showcased in Renee's TikTok post. "My anchor in life's storms crumbles against these private wounds, a conspiracy of secrets taking shape." Bozeman's faithful, once dazzled by Renee's charity, now see her as a cipher, her grief a performance for an audience of thousands. As investigators dig, Renee's actions cast a longer shadow. Her insurance call, her cremation inquiries, and now whispers of web searches for sedative overdose surface, each clue a dagger in the heart of Bozeman's trust. The true crime narrative tightens, with every witness account peeling back the Moores' facade, revealing a marriage not just broken, but poised for a grotesque unraveling, one that will shake this town to its core, with a revelation too horrific to ignore. A scalpel's glint pierces the sterile silence of the Montana State Crime Lab, where Jeremy Moore's autopsy unveils a horror that redefines Bozeman's true crime nightmare. His lungs, blackened by carbon monoxide's chokehold, confirm the garage's lethal air, but a grotesque discovery in his stomach twists this murder mystery into a realm of visceral dread. Traces of pulverized tooth enamel, Jeremy's own, ground to a fine dust, lurk among the remnants of his final coffee, a macabre ritual suggesting Renee Moore crushed a tooth, likely extracted post-mortem, and forced it down his throat with Ambien. This chilling act, a signal to an unseen accomplice, binds the sedative's drowsy grip to a conspiracy of betrayal, leaving investigators reeling in the face of such calculated savagery. Detective Jackson Creed, poring over the forensic report, feels the weight of this gory truth. The Ambien, unlinked to any prescription, already cast Renee as a cipher, but the tooth enamel elevates her to a predator cloaked in grief. "It's not just murder, it's a message," Creed mutters, envisioning Renee's steady hands grinding bone to powder. The act aligns with her TikTok searches uncovered days earlier for sedative overdose and carbon monoxide poisoning, each query a breadcrumb in a trail of secrets. Yet no forensic thread ties Renee directly to the Ambien or the tooth's desecration, preserving the case's undetermined status, a frustrating limbo that gnaws at Bozeman's soul. The Bozeman Community Fellowship, once a haven for the Moores' 12-year marriage, recoils as whispers of the autopsy leak. "Jeremy deserved reverence, not this," a congregant hisses, faith shattered. Renee's saffron yellow jumpsuit, swaying at the celebration, now seems a taunt, her TikTok captions, "He'd want us to shine." A grotesque lie. Investigators hypothesize the tooth was a warning, perhaps tied to the $650,000 Pinnacle life insurance payout Renee pursued hours after Jeremy's death. An accomplice, their identity veiled, looms in the shadows, their role in this wrongful death a puzzle piece missing from the crime lab's sterile tables. Bozeman streets buzz with outrage, the tooth enamel's horror fueling #JusticeForJeremy posts. The true crime saga surges, each forensic detail a lash against Renee's carefully curated image. Her poised 911 call, her cremation inquiries, her financial independence with a $16,200 secret account, all now pulse with malevolent intent. The autopsy's grim revelation, a testament to a marriage's decay, thrusts this conspiracy into a new abyss, where the line between suicide and slaughter blurs, and gripping viewers with a hunger for the next gruesome truth. Bozeman's air thickens with suspicion as Detective Jackson Creed and Kaylin Voss plunge deeper into the labyrinth of Renee Moore's deceptions, the tooth enamel horror a beacon in their true crime odyssey. Renee's TikTok empire, a glossy shrine to happy living, crumbles under scrutiny, her phone revealing searches for carbon monoxide poisoning and insurance payouts, weeks before Jeremy's death. In a second interview, Renee sits rigid, her eyes cold, denying Ambien knowledge. Those searches? Research for a grief blog, she claims, her voice a brittle shield. Creed, unconvinced, notes her unblinking stare, a stark contrast to her tear-streaked 911 call as this murder mystery tightens its grip on Bozeman's fraying trust. The investigation unearths Renee's financial maneuvering, $16,200 siphoned into a secret account, a silent severance from her 12-year marriage. Her texts with Jeremy, barren of love, pulse with cold utility, grocery lists, bill reminders, each message a nail in their coffin. Detective Voss, combing Renee's laptop, finds a deleted draft of a TikTok script, its tone eerily celebratory, penned days before the garage tragedy. She was planning the show, Voss whispers, the saffron yellow jumpsuit's dance now a premeditated act. Yet, no witness links Renee to the Ambien, and the tooth enamel's origin remains a forensic dead end, a conspiracy's heart still beating. Bozeman's community splits, torn between Renee's defenders and accusers. Her TikTok followers, swayed by her grief-positive mantra, laud her resilience, but church friend Leora Zane scoffs, her joy was a mask. The Bozeman Community Fellowship, once vibrant, sees pews empty, its flock haunted by the wrongful death of a man they revered. Jeremy was our compass, a member laments, voice raw. Renee's insurance call, her cremation haste, and now the gory autopsy weigh heavy, each clue a shard in a mosaic of betrayal that eludes legal proof, frustrating Creed's pursuit of justice. As Pinnacle Life Insurance stalls the $650,000 payout, Renee's TikTok grows bolder, her posts a defiant dance over Jeremy's grave. The true crime narrative races forward, Bozeman's outrage a palpable force, as investigators chase a phantom accomplice whose shadow looms larger with every dead-end lead, pulling viewers into a maelstrom of doubt and dread where answers lie just beyond reach. A fortune's release shatters Bozeman's fragile calm as Pinnacle Life Insurance relinquishes a $650,000 payout to Renee Moore, the widow whose saffron yellow jumpsuit still haunts the town's nightmares. With no charges filed, the funds flow after the investigation stalls, a bitter pill for a community scorched by Jeremy Moore's gruesome end. Renee, once Bozeman's beacon of faith, vanishes to Bend, Oregon, her new condominium a fortress of solitude purchased with blood money. Her TikTok, Happy Living, morphs into a shrine of renewal, a viral post captioned, What Healing Looks Like, showing her twirling on a rooftop, wine glass aloft, Solange's melody, a taunt to Jeremy's grave. This true crime saga, a cauldron of conspiracy and betrayal, surges as Bozeman's wounds fester, a murder mystery unresolved. Eva Moore, Jeremy's sister, ignites a legal fire, filing a wrongful death civil suit in Gallatin County Superior Court. Her complaint, a searing indictment, accuses Renee of manipulation, pointing to the hasty insurance call, the gory tooth enamel ritual, and the celebratory dance mere hours after Jeremy's death. She profited from his corpse, Eva's attorney, Nira Kellis, declares, her words echoing Bozeman's rage. The suit, set for early 2022, claws at Renee's veneer, but her TikTok empire grows, splitting viewers between defenders of her grief-positive stance and those demanding justice for Jeremy. A memorial plaque at Montana State University honoring Jeremy's legacy is defaced with Deceiver in crimson paint, a wound to the campus where he inspired minds. Bozeman's community fellowship, once a haven for the Moores' 12-year marriage, crumbles. Congregants, like Leora Zane, sever ties with Renee, their prayers now laced with suspicion. Her joy was a blade, Zane whispers, her faith shaken. Neighbor Taryn Quill, haunted by Renee's dawn pacing, avoids the church, its pews emptying as grief turns to distrust. Renee's financial trail, $16,200 in a secret account siphoned before Jeremy's death, fuels whispers of premeditation, each dollar a thread in a conspiracy too slippery for Detective Jackson Creed's grasp. The Ambien, the pulverized tooth, the unseen accomplice, all linger, phantoms in a true crime narrative that refuses to close. Renee's relocation, a calculated retreat, leaves Bozeman grappling with its scars. Her TikTok posts, now defiant anthems, mock the town's anguish, each video a spark in the growing inferno of public outrage. The true crime saga races toward a precipice as Eva's suit and the community's clamor for justice collide with Renee's unyielding facade, unveiling a deeper, more sinister secret that threatens to consume all who seek it, pulling viewers into a relentless storm of doubt and vengeance. Bozeman's heart pulses with unresolved fury as the Jeremy Moore case, branded undetermined death, lies dormant, a true crime enigma that gnaws at the town's soul. No charges bind Renee Moore, despite the gory tooth enamel ritual, the Ambien's sinister presence, and her $650,000 windfall. The investigation, led by Detective Jackson Creed, falters without a smoking gun, leaving the accomplice's shadow, a specter tied to the crushed tooth's message, free to haunt. Renee, now in Bend, Oregon, spins her TikTok narrative of healing, her podcast interview proclaiming joy fights through pain, a hollow defense that sidesteps the 7-hour gap between Jeremy's death and her saffron yellow revelry. This murder mystery, a tapestry of betrayal and secrets, holds Bozeman captive, its threads unspooling into eternity. Eva Moore's civil suit, a beacon of hope, looms in Gallatin County. It's 2022, hearing a distant promise. The suit's allegations, manipulation, insurance greed, the grotesque tooth ritual resonate with a community fractured by loss. Bozeman Community Fellowship, once vibrant, stands hollow, its members like Deacon Torrin Gale mourning Jeremy's guidance. He was our light, Gale laments, voice cracking. Social media erupts with #JusticeForJeremy, hashtags carving Renee's name into infamy. Her former allies, like Soren Vale, turn away, their silence a verdict. The defaced Montana State University plaque, smeared with deceiver, mirrors the town's rage, a wound no vigil can heal. Renee's isolation grows, her TikTok empire a fragile shield against a tide of scorn. Local media, from Bozeman's airwaves to online forums, dissect her every move, the 7-hour gap a shorthand for suspicion. She danced while he rotted, a commenter spits, echoing a sentiment that festers unchecked. The true crime community, ravenous for answers, pours over the Ambien, the $16,200 account, the celebration's eerie glee, each clue a shard in a mosaic of conspiracy. Yet the accomplice, the tooth's purpose, remain elusive, a void that fuels Bozeman's obsession with a wrongful death left unavenged. As Renee's shadow fades from Bozeman, the town clings to Jeremy's memory, his lectures a ghost in university halls. The true crime saga, a relentless beast, endures. Its unanswered shadows a siren call to those who crave truth's bitter edge, drawing viewers into a chilling dance with a darkness that refuses to yield. Every crime leaves a story behind. Subscribe and join me as we uncover the truth, one case at a time. Stay curious, stay cautious, and remember, in the world of true crime, not everything is as it seems.